Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for yet another episode of PitchGround webinars. In this episode, we have Shahroz with us from Marketing Copy. One heck of a tool, I have to say. We have been testing it internally, and I think anyone who's looking to scale up on the long form content efforts should get Marketing Copy. And more than that, I think he has been very generous, especially with regards to getting the deal done. I think that is something that's very, very incredible. So for anyone who doesn't know you yet, Cheros, if you can just like take a moment to introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm the CEO and founder of MarketingCopy AI. Previously my background is software and computer science, technology, and AI. And I've been building products for a number of years now. And this is like one of those ideas that I had for quite some time. And I was dabbling around with different technologies. And then came a point where the open source technologies were there that could allow this tool and app to be built. So wanted to build this for the problems that I faced when creating marketing copy for products and services that I've worked on before. And so that's what we're trying to do with this product now, and hopefully get it out there and we provide users with a tool that they can use to solve all their marketing copy needs. So yeah.
Awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. I think we have more people tuning in with us. Guys, again, make sure that you stick around till the end, because one lucky winner is going to be getting a free code of marketing copy. So if you go, you lose, right? Someone else would win. So your loss is someone else's gain. So if you want to lose, right, you leave. If you want to win, I think stick around till the end. And at the same time, I think there's a lot of golden nuggets that we're going to be sharing throughout the webinar. You're going to love, you're going to like a lot, you're going to learn a lot. And I think that's going to be the core motive behind this specific webinar. So while we get started, Shiraz, why don't you go ahead and share your screen, take over, and start sharing what you have for us tonight.
Sure, yeah. Let me just get that set up. Just a second.
Also, guys, one more very important thing, make sure that you ask all your questions in the Q&A tab only, because that way we will be able to ensure that we are taking all of the questions, we are answering all of the questions. And also one, as you all know, for people who have been joining us every single day, in the webinar, one best question is also going to be getting a free copy of Marketing Copy. So again, make sure that all your questions are in the QA tab in order for you to get a chance. Over to you, Shiraz.
Great. So this is like a small webinar presentation that we've put together to tell you more about Marketing Copy AI and the story behind the product and where we're headed, basically what our future roadmap looks like, and what the vision looks like for this product. So you guys have already told you a little bit about myself, and so what is Marketing Copy AI? An AI market. So Marketing Copy AI, we've designed this app to it's an AI powered marketing copywriter that allows users to create high converting marketing copy with minimal time and effort. A tool that can allow users to create short form and long form copy, and eventually solve all your marketing copy needs. So all the features that we're currently building and the features that are part of the future roadmap, they're designed in a way that that can help that can allow users to basically solve these problems. So a little about the story behind Marketing Copy AI. So this is something that I mentioned and talked about, a little bit about as well in the beginning. So writing great copy was always a challenge, when I was working, on different products and services, with my team and, managing all these different copywriters and, trying to create, high quality content and copy in a short, amount of time. Was always a challenge when you're, limited with budgets and all these things. So, that's where the idea of using AI to, train AI models that can, allow users to create, copy for different kinds of like tools, came about, and then, we started collecting data. We started, working on the MVP, and then, with other technologies like GPT-3, it made a lot of, things a lot easier. It didn't require as much data. It didn't require, the training and the fine tuning was not as, complicated as it is with other traditional models. So yeah, that kind of allowed this vision to come about. And, the goal is to create this AI-powered marketing copywriter that can, eventually solve all your copywriting needs, whether short form or long form. So features and benefits, these are, just, some of the big features and benefits highlighted. So we have 80+ tools, which allow you to create short form copy. And, we're currently in the process of adding more tools. We're currently in the process of, we're collecting data for the existing tools. Our tools are getting better every day. And, and you'll see that, the quality of copy is getting better every day as well. Using MarketingCopy AI, you can create copy in 25+ languages. And that means, not just output language, but also input language. So users can, choose any of these languages as input, and then, they can give instructions in their native language. And then, as output, they can generate copy or content for their respective audience or their clients, if English is not their main language. We have a built-in document editor that allows users to create blogs and articles in minutes. We have a long-form writing system built in. We have an Instruct AI feature built in that allows users to give direct instructions. And then, AI can generate content for them based on those instructions. And then one of the main focus while building this app was that we wanted to design the user interface, as simple and as clean as possible. A lot of tools out there that are, kind of like popping up. You'll see that, zero effort has been put into, user experience and, UI, and that kind of like affects the whole user experience. So, if the user experience is not, too great, then, obviously, users don't want to stick around, and, that, reflects in a lot of churn, for the product. So that's what we've, tried our best, and, hopefully, improve the user experience, as we go along. And some of the other features are, projects and workspaces that allow you to, manage your users, manage your, contents and documents, and basically collaborate with your team. So all these kind of like features, help you bring your team on board, and get the kind of content you want, and segment these out in different projects and different folders and things like that.
Shiroz,
shall we?
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think there are some comments coming in where people are saying that your voice is like fluctuating a bit. So you might want to just quickly have a check on that.
Right. Okay. Sound is fluctuating. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'll probably just pop it. Okay. Is this better now?
Yeah,
Is this better?
I think it's better. I think it's probably if you're using some wired connection, maybe the wire might be a little loose. So just have a check on that very quick.
Yeah. It should get better now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better now. It's better now. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Right. So maybe we can do a quick demo at the end, and I'll just go through the rest of the slides first. What's the long-term vision, for this product? So this is like the first, set of product and suite of products that we're looking to build within the marketing space, and we want to build. We basically want to become the go-to marketing copywriter. AI-powered copywriter for both short form and long-form copy. A tool that is basically integrated in all aspects of marketing copy, whether you're doing emails or blogging or WordPress sites or all these different things. So extensions and features that allow you to will allow users to easily be able to easily create content and copy and then integrate it within their other apps and platforms. And yeah, our vision is that we want to become a leader in the space, and hopefully with the probably get there. So these are some of the upcoming features that we're currently building, and hopefully these are going to be launched in the next couple of weeks and couple of months. So we're currently working on an SEO assistant, a built-in plagiarism checker, an extension, and a custom AI tool that can allow users to train their own AI models. So these are only a set of selected features that we've selected for this slide. You can check out our roadmap as well, and our users can contribute to that as well. So that's feedback.marketingcopy.ai/roadmap. And our team. So we that's I'm the founder and CEO. We have Tom, our AI engineer. We have our senior front-end and back-end engineers, customer and product support, and then content marketing. And we're currently hiring for more positions. Right. Shall we do the questions first, or should I just give a quick demo of the app for those users who haven't seen it yet? Or
I think we can probably take the questions at the end, because since there is going to be a lot to cover, so I think we can probably take up all the questions.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll quickly walk you through the app and show you what our app looks like. So this is basically the main dashboard. So here users can see their recent activity. They can see what kind of they can see their user stats. They can access their favorite tools. If they've selected any, they can access their top projects. Some resources, in our help center, which they can go through in order to understand how to, best use this tool in order to generate high quality copy, both long form and.
Sharaz, I think we lost you. Guys, am I audible right now? Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. My camera battery got exhausted. I had to fix that. I think Shiraz is frozen right now. Yeah, let's just wait for a second. Yeah, guys, he's just having some internet issues. So he should be joining in just a moment. Hey, Shiraz. Yeah, guys, just give us a couple of seconds. We just have a little bit of technical glitches. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any questions around marketing, he's rejoining us, so just give us a couple of. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, then please do let us know. More than happy to start taking up those questions. Navdeep is saying, "Hey, Udit, Swapnil, I bought Plan D yesterday, but until now there is no option to add any team members in the workspace. I raised the issue with the same 22 hours ago. Since I haven't heard, even though, yeah." Just a moment. Navdeep, we're going to be taking up that question. Again, I think Cheros is back.
Yeah, sorry guys. I think my connection is not very good today.
Cheros, there's a
Seems to be having
question.
some issues.
Question that's coming in. When are you?
Right.
When are you planning to add the Teams feature, so that we can start allowing team members to be added?
Yeah. So users are already. Users should be able to add team members. We're just. I think by tomorrow they should be able to finally, add those team members. Yeah. I think there's just some testing left on those features that's being done. So yeah.
Awesome, Navdeep. I hope that answers your question. So, guys, it's like with any other tool, right? These are some of the critical features that's still being built up, but the core features are up and running out there. And if there is anything else that you guys require, just feel free to reach out to the support at any point of stage. They're more than happy to sort of guide you and help you out. Shiraz, why don't you go ahead and start sharing your screen once again?
Sure, yeah. Right. This is where you can see all the different tool categories and tools. Let's go ahead and select this. So this is our short form copy generator. So here you can see all the different tool categories. You can select the tool that you want to create short copy for. This is the input section. You can select the input language. If your inputs are not in English, then you can select the language, and this is the output language for whatever language you want your output and copy to be in. And then once you add in detail, once you add the inputs, hit the generate button, and then you'll see your copy and different outputs here. From here, you can also click on this and select different projects. So this is basically for changing the project if you want to save your content in a different folder. So you can do that from here. Very soon, users are going to be able to see their history as well. So the entire content history. So they'll be able to see that here as well. Then if we go to projects page, here you can see all the different projects that you've created. This is the documents page. Here you can see the documents. Again, you can change the project from here, and then that will show you what documents you have in the that particular project. So when you click a document, it'll take you to the document editor. So this is where you'll be able to use the long form writing assistant. You'll be able to use our instructor AI. You can also access all the AI tools from within the document editor. And very soon you're going to see a lot of other different features that we're working on for this as well. And here you can you can also
why don't we do this? Why don't we actually create like a quick article, something similar to this, and maybe just quickly write their article using marketing copy, and maybe show the power of the tool itself.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. Let's. Okay. Let's we can create like an outline for the similar kind of like block title that we saw before. So let's start with this. Okay, actually, let's do this one. Yeah.
Shiraz, I think you froze again.
Hello?
Yeah, Shiraz, I think we were kind of like losing you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about this. I think yeah, the connection is not very stable today.
No worries.
Right. So let me just move this here. Right. So in the content brief section, you can give direct instructions. So let's just say I want an outline for this blog post. So write in. So the more details you add, the better the quality of the content. So I want an outline to be generated. I can select the tone. So let's go with informal. I'll max this out. So creativity is basically, if you want something to be really factual, then the creativity should be low. If you want the AI to go really creative, then you can select a higher number. So let's just stick with 4 here. And
so just to quickly recap, when you are talking about the factual numbers, does it also like scrapes the latest data from the Google and sort of give you those factual numbers?
No, so at the moment, so that's going to be part of the SEO assistant. That's going to be launched in a couple of weeks. So we don't have that yet. Yeah. So very soon we're going to increase the number of characters for the output as well. So as you can see, it has we've got these 3 kind of outlines. So now what I would like is I want AI to basically finish off what it started. So I can select the text. I can there's a shortcut here right about this. If I click this, then it will continue writing from where it left. And as you can see, so it's continuing those 8 outline bullet points.
So there is a question coming in. Maybe we can pick up another topic. What do you think, Shiraz?
Yeah.
I think what we can do is 5 ways to do marketing in 2022. How about we do an article on that? Maybe we'll be able to show some more power.
Okay. Sorry, what's the title? 5 ways to do marketing in 2022.
Yeah, so 5 ways to do marketing, or maybe yeah, just a moment. Let me just quickly come up with maybe a few more interesting topics. Yeah, guys, why don't you guys give us some topic ideas in this chat itself? But yeah, let's do this. 5 unique ways to do marketing in 2022. Or yeah, I think there's another topic coming in from Rakesh as well. We can probably do that as the next one. 5 unique ways to do marketing in 2022.
Right, so I changed that. I need to. And I mean, if you'd like me to add anything else to this brief, please, feel free to share as well.
I think it's pretty good.
I don't have any interesting ideas.
I think it's pretty good to begin with, and then again, like, we don't expect AI to like do 100% of the work, right? It's about 80% of the rest of the 20% is like you have to find, tweak, and do those things yourself.
Yeah. So what we're aiming for now is that a user should be able to, so we want to get, we want to get to a point where users can generate the whole content for a blog and article in less than 5 minutes.
No, but I like this answer because I was not expecting the system to actually pick up virtual reality marketing and augmented reality marketing, because this is really something that's 2022. So the AI has really picked up pretty well with regards to that.
Yeah, I think, AI is suggesting that we use AI-powered marketing. So, that's quite interesting.
Right. Really sorry about the connection today. I think Shiraz is just having a bit of trouble on his end. So we'll make sure that it follows through correctly. But yeah, why don't we start expanding these topics further and start diving into it? And I think as soon as the SEO assistant features are ready, maybe we can dive into things even further after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's based on GPT-3. About
we're using GPT.
Shiraz, we're losing you once again. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna reply to all the questions that's being asked. Shiraz, why don't you like switch off your camera? Maybe I think that would be way better, so that you don't end up losing the connection. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So OSS is based on GPT-3. Next, AI short form content is cool. Definitely, Rakesh. Long form, I think long form, one of the things about marketing copy, the AI assistant, which is coming up in about roughly 2 weeks. So most likely by the end of the month, you should be seeing the full-fledged SEO assistant feature that should be live. So that should be helping out pretty well. So meanwhile, let's dive into these articles.
So I'm just doing some formatting, just so that we understand that these are headings. Right. So let's just say now virtual reality marketing. So this is the title. Now, basically, I would like the AI to write a paragraph for this a headline. So let's yeah.
The Shiraz, right now at the moment, is Right For Me feature sort of working, or how do you really want to construct it down the road, like once you have the titles in place?
Yes, the Right For Me is working. I mean, yeah, the long form writing assistant and our instructor AI, these are fully functional. What we're going to do is, in the next, a week or two, you're going to see a lot more shortcuts and a lot more, so you'll be able to directly enter commands in the document editor, and then, press keyboard shortcuts to execute those commands. You'll be able to, what some of the things that we're adding at the moment is you'll be able to select a heading, and then there's going to be a shortcut that write a paragraph for this heading. So, that way you won't have to write these, briefs and instructions, and, that'll just speed up the whole process of generating paragraphs and outlines and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of different shortcuts and a lot of different ways. Our goal is that a user should be able to generate all the content in less than 5 to 10 minutes. And once they've got all the content in, then they'll be able to use the SEO system. They'll be able to use other functionality to optimize the blog or article and do other different formattings and things like that.
I'm really looking forward to the entire SEO assistant features, because I think that is what makes things very powerful. But just to get a hang of the core marketing positions, right? Where do you see marketing copy being headed? Like, are you looking to take it more towards focusing on SEO contents, or you're focusing more on, let's say, copywriting, or you're focusing more on short form writing? Like, if you have to pick one of these, right? Because there's just too much to cover when it comes to the writing part today using AI. Is your core entire focus going to be on the blogging segment, the SEO driven blogging segment, the long form copy?
I think for us, it's both short form and long form. But in terms of long form, we want to have very slick number, very minimal number of features that can allow user to generate an SEO optimized blog article. We don't want to clutter it like you see in Phrase or some of these other apps. Those are too complicated for users to use. I mean, I've tried it, and even for me, it's too complicated. I mean, we want the tool. Users should be able to generate SEO optimized blog and articles, in minimal time and effort, without getting, burdened by all these different complexities and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in the background, right? But users won't be able to see it. Users will only be able to see it in terms of suggestions and what they should do and things like that.
And are you planning are you planning to add your own recipes by any chance, so that people can start diving into their own sort of niche and start building up their own recipes? Because I think that is going to be something that's very critical, as everyone has a different style of writing, everyone has a different niche cover. So I think it's impossible for AI to be trained for every single niches out there. So allowing people to create their own recipes is something that's going to be the most outstanding and most different sort of a feature. So are you planning something for that?
Yeah, so we have planned something for that, and you could see that in the presentation as well. So we at the moment we don't have a specific name for that, but we're just calling it that. Users should be able to, they can train their own AI basically.
Got it.
So we'll have our own name for it. But there's definitely going to be a feature for that.
Got it. Perfect.
Right. So I've given it this. I'm going to hit this.
I like that. I think the answer is really very well, considering that we are drafting this for the very first time. The AI is good enough to really get started with, to be very honest with you. Also, are you planning for something like a longer content as well? So for example, for some people, hitting up 300 characters all the time can be pretty long term. Are you planning for something, let's say, 100 words or 200 words at a time instead of just 300 characters?
Yes. So, but like I said, we're definitely going to increase that. I think, hopefully in this week, you'll see this kind of doubling up, and then hopefully go more from there. And that's where
I actually have a suggestion for you. This is something that I haven't seen any other company implementing it. So when there are less answers, if the system can actually prevent you from writing 300 words, I think it's better, because with AI, usually it tends to write better if there are some contents already pre-written. So maybe
Yes.
you can sort of like system it in a way where if there is no content, you just cannot generate 300 words. You create your first 100 words, and then it unlocks 200 words, and then it unlocks sort of 300 words in a given time. Because the more content that you provide to AI that is pre-written, the better would be answer. So people don't have to go like back and forth, delete them, try to redo the answer. As not only it ends up wasting a lot of time and energy for people, but it ends up wasting a lot of credits for no reason, which is something a lot of people can avoid basically.
Yeah. I think that definitely sounds like an interesting thing. I think that's something definitely we can have a look into. Yeah.
So MD, we have just answered your question that the writing at this point, it's around 300 characters. This is definitely going to speed up in the future updates, especially the SEO assistant feature. We definitely going to be doing a lot more webinars with marketing copy. So it's just about 2.5 weeks away from the core main big new solution that's coming out in about 2.5 weeks. So we will be covering a lot more. And once that feature is out, you would be seeing like more amount of words that you can probably like cough out at once. But again, I think this is going to be an interesting approach where you can probably do like 100 words at a time or 50 words at a time. And as the article gets lengthier, let's say if it's 2000 words plus, then at that stage, the AI fully understands you, because I think AI typically requires at least good 300 words for it to fully understand before it starts giving you a lot more relevant and fresh content.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's absolutely right. Yeah. Shall we finish this, or shall we just quickly go through some of the other features? I'm just gonna, so still new. Then you can make changes or add things wherever you feel like adding, and then again if you want to just let it continue writing, you can select the shortcut. Okay, it wants me to review my inputs. I think if I let's try and get some more factual stuff in. Okay. Okay, let's see, I've got this written up, so I can follow the same process, write up the other paragraphs, and and then expand on that and play with it.
Can we just maybe select the title itself and just use write the copy?
So another feature, for example, you can use is if you don't want to give it a direct brief, you can get rid of that, and you just come here and click write for me, and that way it will start writing from basically where the cursor is placed. So you can see I didn't give it any instructions. I just wanted to go free and use the previous text as context, and then start writing from there. So that's what it's doing.
And I'm planning to add any sort of like keyboard shortcut, because I think that will just increase the overall productivity.
Oh yeah, so keyboard shortcuts, and very soon users are going to see a range of shortcuts with our inline toolbar as well. So there's going to be a new shortcut that's coming out as write a paragraph for this heading. So that way they just select a heading, click on that shortcut, and it does the whole thing. It does the whole job. So no need to like press keyboard shortcuts, and no need to like write prompts or instructions. And so that's we're constantly we're working on ways on how we can get that time to kind of like less than around 5-7 minutes. They should be able to like get 1,000-1,500 word blog rough draft in that amount of time, and then they can use and then they can edit and optimize it and go from there. I'll just click on this, and then it'll again take all the text prior to the cursor and then use that as context and continue writing from there.
So when the SEO assistant features are going to be out, are you also planning to add any sort of Google NLP integrations? Because that way you would be able to fill up like a lot of content gap for specific articles.
Yeah, so that feature, the SEO assistant will have NLP analysis built into it. So that's going to be in a couple of weeks because obviously it's a big feature, and we want to make sure we do it in the right way, and then get it out there, and then get user feedback, and then iterate from there. Yeah.
So Rakesh, the option to train your own AI, which is a recipe feature, that's going to be coming out very soon. Most likely, I think once the SEO assistant feature is out, which is the most important one right now, that alone would take the entire writing game for you to a whole new level. Once that is done, the next would be the recipe feature, where you would be able to kind of like train your own AI. You will be able to create your own sort of assistant, and you will be able to create those recipes out. So this way, anytime you're adding anyone new in the team, they would be able to basically follow through. You'll be able to create a certain patterns, your own style of writing. You'll be able to do all of those things very, very, very soon. Again, it's in the roadmap, and that's one of the perks that you guys get. The reason why marketing copy is on PitchGround is because right now they need your help, and in return they are going to be delivering some incredibly powerful features in just coming weeks, not even months, but just in coming weeks.
Yeah. Right. Okay, how much time do we have left?
We do have about 45 minutes.
Okay. Right. So then I can come here. I can do this.
So we already have about 200, 300 words of article created, by the way, guys, in about 10 minutes of time. Considering that we are also explaining 300 words in 10 minutes, I think that's pretty good. And always remember that anytime you're using any sort of tool for writing any sort of SEO content for you, it's going to be about 80 to 90% of the work that's going to be done by the software, but there's going to be that 10 to 20% of the work still that needs to be done by you. So in short, the whole idea is that this becomes an assistant for you. This is not a human replacement, by the way. So this is a way for you to sort of improve the productivity of every single writer in your team. So let's say that if one of your writing team member is able to generate about 10,000 words a month, with this, they would be able to generate about 50,000 to 60,000 words a month. So right away, you increase the productivity by almost 600%. That's the goal of using these softwares, basically. We'll probably have to fix the formatting after this.
Yeah.
Shiraz, I think there is one more suggestion. Why don't you add one more feature where you can sort of like stop the writing of the AI? Because I think this is one problem with pretty much all of the AI writers. None of them have like a feature to just stop writing and just interrupt the writing.
Yeah, I think that could be an interesting one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Something simple, because sometimes what happens is that because all of these, like about 99.99% of these tools are based on GPT-3, there isn't a way to sort of like kill the writing. So maybe we can just do it, and that will just sort of like help out.
Yeah, definitely. So another one of the upgrades that we're currently working on is the formatting and the text speed is, a lot of users have said that text speed is a bit slow. So we're trying to with the next upgrade, that's going to be much faster, and then users are going to be able to like directly control that as well. So if they want, then they can have the typing effect. If they don't, then they can probably get rid of that.
Got it. But guys, we have roughly created about like 500 words while also explaining to you guys in about 10 minutes of time. If you're just working on it all alone, I think this is going to be a lot faster. But I think more than that, the SEO assistant feature is coming out very, very, very soon for you guys. So that should be like the game that should help you guys massively, especially with right now so much content gap and opportunities coming in. I think SEO is something you guys should start and begin with. If you guys don't believe, just check out PitchGround blog. We have been coughing out around 100,000 words a month right now. A lot of them have been coming out from AI writing tool that we have been using. We have been able to scale up our SEO efforts pretty rapidly, and we're filling up a lot of content gaps and trying to rank for different of like long tail keywords that's driving us fresh new users all the time. So I think that's very, very critical for all of you guys that do not miss out right now. I think we are in a very golden era of SEO, and with tools like these, it just gives you a very different opportunity to sort of scale up. And plagiarism checker is going to be coming out very soon. Any sort of like ET on the plagiarism checker, by the way, Shiroz?
Sorry, what? So that's again, one of the priorities. So hopefully it's going to be within March. Yeah.
Awesome. So there's a question coming in from John. He's asking, I've used a few AI writing tools and seen these tools are awesome for topics that have a lot of contents on the web, like marketing and SEO, but for niche topics, the outputs are slightly less desirable. Will your new feature of self-train your AI address this?
So can you like give me an example of what that niche topic looks like for you? And
let's say that if someone is writing anything around medical, for an example, right? There are too much of content around it. Plus, at the same time, when you're generating such content, you have to be very careful because you cannot just put up random data. It has to be a lot of factual data because it needs to get backed up by relevant information. So in such cases, would it be able to sort of create contents? And when you have this train your AI model out there, would it be able to create like much better sort of specific topics and contents?
So, with our, our goal is basically to go, have all the tools that, one, needs, to generate the right kind of like marketing copy for them, regardless of the niche. So we're also, a lot of users have requested like sales letters and those kind of things as well. And technical kind of like, content again. So and then, that, and then, combined with, what we're doing with GPT-J, and then, the custom AI models that users can train. I think, with all those different like things, users should be able to, get the right kind of like content regardless of their niche. Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. Guys, again, we're just like 2.5 weeks away from the most critical feature. I think that is going to be pretty game changing. And I think that's going to be one of the core focuses on is going to be those long form SEO driven contents. So I think that is going to be pretty helpful for you guys. But I think more than that, once that is done, their self-training AI is going to be very helpful, where you will be able to train your own AI. You'll be able to create your own patterns, and that should be like very, very, very helpful for you guys.
Right. So, as you can see, we have, 5 very like, short paragraphs for each of these headlines. If I want, I can, get it to, create an outline or do more. But so, with minimal effort.
So Salman, right now, marketing copy doesn't have a rewriting tool. Rewriting is something that's completely different, right? So where you are pasting a piece of content and just rewrites. So,
we do have a rewriting tool. You can either access that, so you can either access that from here. So you have this rewrite content tool.
I was mostly talking about the long form where you just like paste.
Oh, right.
I was not talking about the short form tools at all.
Right. Yeah. So even with the long form, it can be quite tricky. But one of the things that users can try is, again, so they can select the text and kind of like select the shortcut, which is paraphrase. So this, with this shortcut, obviously they'll be able to select more text, which they won't be able to enter in a directly in a short form tool. So yeah, they can try that and see.
I have a question for you, and this is something that one of your competitors is building up at the same time. Is let's say that I just come in and enter a URL of a blog article. It takes up the entire content and it just rewrites the entire content for me. Gives me. So are you planning for something like that after the SEO assistant feature is ready?
So rewriting. I mean, with the formatting, that's. I mean, that we don't have that functionality yet. But I think, so doing rewriting for that, long piece of content with the right formatting, I think, that could be an interesting feature, for the future roadmap as well. Yeah.
Great. I think formatting is something, since you already have the editor, I think, again, that's where the 10% of the work comes in, because what we are trying to do is trying to see how we can minimize the amount of effort a writer takes to get the work done. And I think as long as we are able to do that, I think that's what matters the most, because again, there is that 10 minutes of editing work that will be required. You cannot just expect the AI to do 50% of the work. I expect AI to sort of do about 50% of the work for me. The 10% is something we will still need to put in to ensure that the last bit of editing still goes through a human eye before it gets published.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's one more question.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Would there be a ability to generate different sort of reviews for games and apps? Is there like any short form tool for that, or are you planning for something like that?
Like a review generator.
Yeah, correct. Like someone who can just
like a review generator tool. I think that is something absolutely we can have in our future roadmap. So what we want is users to be able to users. Yeah, we need so here you can see if you have any interesting ideas and feature requests, you can use this from the help dropdown. So feel free to drop in your ideas and feature requests here. So we review these, we put these on our public roadmap, and then other users can vote on these, and then we take these requests forward. So yeah, if you have any interesting requests and for tools and other things, please feel free to use this and add in your suggestions and ideas. Yeah.
Awesome, fantastic. Salman, just in case if you are checking out again the rewriting tool, just contact the support and they should be helping you out with that right away. Let's move on before we start taking up all the questions, Sheros.
Right. So if I go back, then you can see the contents page here. You can see all the contents that you've saved. You can access your favorites. If you have any flagged contents, you can you can edit the contents directly from here. And very soon you're going to be able to see your recent activity as well. So all the recent copy that you've generated with the short form tool, short form generator, you'll be able to see all of that here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, happy to answer any of the questions. Yeah.
Perfect. So Navjeet, I think we've just covered your question previously itself. I think as soon as the SEO writing feature is ready, and then the self-training AI model is ready, I think that can be the next logical step, where you just enter the blog URL. It's going to take up the entire content and it's just going to rewrite that for you. And I think these are going to be the next logical steps, because as they are focusing more on the SEO side of the content and the long form contents, that becomes a very natural progression. But pushing up that feature right now without pushing up the SEO assistant feature is going to be pretty useless at this point of stage. So I think once that is done, it's going to be really, really helpful. So we have a lot of questions coming in. Let's dive into those questions. How efficient and correct is MarketingCopy AI, Sheros?
How efficient and correct?
Yeah. So that means I think he's probably referring to the factual questions, most likely.
Right. Yes. So, with the long form writing assistant, you can control the creativity. And then, low creativity means more factual content will be created. And then high creativity means it will be less factual. So you can control that for those. For the tools, again, that has been set based on the kind of tool it is. So the tools that require more factual data have a lower creativity threshold, and then tools that require more creative outputs have high creativity parameters. So yeah.
Perfect. Next question is from Kim. Will it generate articles from keywords or else? Yes, definitely. As you keep entering them, it will keep on generating the contents. Once the SEO assistant feature is out, you will be able to start working on the Google NLP driven keywords to fill up the contents. Because one of the best ways today to rank on Google for a lot of keywords is by filling up content gap, right? So that's where Google NLP comes into picture, where Google NLP gives you that content gap that, hey, please include such kind of articles because that's what our users are looking for on Google. So if you are covering that, the chances of us featuring you on Google is a lot higher. So your contents kind of like start ranking. So again, 2.5 weeks, guys, this is going to be a game changer feature. We're going to be doing our webinar number 2 with Marketing Copy very, very soon, where we're going to be covering all of these in depth. As soon as these features is out, you will see us announcing another webinar right away. We'll dive in, we'll show you every bit of it. We'll also do a specific training. We'll also create a small training video right inside that webinar that you can just use to share it with your entire team so that they can learn from it, and you don't have to do any sort of training for them. So that's one of our core goals, is to ensure that your team is going to be ultra productive with all of these webinars that we are doing. So I hope that answers your question, Kim. Next question is from Michelle. Mikhail is asking, great webinar. Can you confirm the access of AI engine on lifetime? Definitely, it's on a lifetime deal. Mikhail, we cannot answer around any other tool that has not been on PitchGround. Anything that's on PitchGround, you can be rest assured about everything because we have a direct contract, and plus all of these webinars are recorded. It's going to be live on YouTube, so you can always go back and check them. So you can be rest assured about all your purchases that's happening on PitchGround. Next question is from Ivan. Iman, definitely there is going to be recording for this that's going to be available. Next question is anonymous. Can you please share how to write application and game reviews? I think that that's a short form feature. So maybe you guys can just request that feature, or maybe Sharon, you can just write it down, and maybe you can push up this short content feature to create reviews using the short form tool. The next question is from
sure,
Noor.
Yeah.
The next question is from Noor. Does it cite for you as well? Where does the text has been taken? Sharos, I think you would be able to answer that better.
Right. So in terms of where the text has been taken, Noor, you want to understand how these big language models are trained. So, we're using GPT-3 and GPT-J. These models are trained on enormous amounts of like data, like that's online, that exists online from a bunch of different sources, and so that's primarily so some of the facts that that it can come up with or quote will be from that data. The rest, how does it generate new data? So in order to understand that. That's again, it basically based on what the context is. Like, for example, as you saw in the article. So, when we were hitting that write for me, it was taking all the previous text and then using it to generate new paragraphs, for new headings. So, the generation is, that's based on what the previous, the context is. So that's completely new. Yeah, does that, I hope that answers your question.
Awesome, Noor. So plagiarism checker is coming up very, very soon with all of the SEO assistant feature. Again, guys, just 2.5 weeks. We're not asking for 2.5 months, just 2.5 weeks. Okay, moving on to the next question. I think this is a very, very critical question, Shiroz. How does marketing copy differs and stands out among all its crazy peers?
Right. So, in terms of, where we're, in terms of like where we are, I think what we are offering and what our, very value proposition is that, all our tier plans, users will have access to like all the long form writing assistant, all these basic tools. So, when you compare it with Jasper or Jarvis, we have 80 plus tools. They don't have, nearly as much as that. In terms of like, again, their long form writing system, that's only on boss mode. And, if you see, the current patterns, their prices is, the pricing of their different plans is, through the roof. A lot of users are leaving, their plans, and, they're looking for alternatives because it's so pricey. So that's where we, that's where we kind of like, sit in. We're offering users, a tool that can help them create both short form and long form copy, but, with the best, value proposition, that any other, none of the tools that offer. So, that's where we kind of like sit.
Just to add a couple of points to that, so Jasper, which is Jarvis, they primarily focus on just content. They don't focus on SEO content at all. Neither they're going to have SEO assistant or anything around that. So you pretty much end up buying like more tools and more softwares and sort of like use 3-4 different tools to kind of like make one thing work. And that's where this really differs, where again, the focus is going to be very heavy on SEO-driven contents and SEO-driven long-form contents. And if you're someone who's looking for, let's say, scaling up on your SEO blogging efforts, this is exactly where marketing copy is really going to start shining very well. So this is going to be the core value prop, just to let you guys know. Yes, Salman, all the future updates are included in Plan D. So yeah, Shiroz, you wanted to add a couple of more lines before we move on to the next one.
And that's, I think Udit, you summed it up very nicely. That's our, core value proposition. And just we want to provide users with the best value for money, basically, both for short form and long form. We don't want to charge them ridiculous amounts just for, plagiarism checkers or, or SEO assistants or things like that. They should be able to have access to all these, regardless of, the users don't need to pay for that. And then I'm not sure what their vision for the future is, but we have a very, clear vision and we know where we need to head out. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love that. How efficient is the tool? I think, Rochak, we just created like a 500-word article right in front of you to show you how effective it was. Again, like I said, as soon as the SEO assistant feature is going to come out in just 2.5 weeks, it's going to be game changer, because I know for the fact that that is going to be the most crucial standout elements and standout selling point. So I'm personally looking out for it at the same time. Moving on to the next question. Is there any chance of getting plagiarism? Yes, plagiarism checker is coming out very, very soon, as we have already discussed. Okay, moving on to the next question. It's from MD. The speed of writing seems quite slow at this point. So would it be improved in the future? Definitely, as soon as the SEO assistant feature comes out. I think I've shared like a very unique sort of point and strategy with Shiroz, where as you sort of like add more content, you should be able to write bigger sentences and a lot more sentences, more like something like boss mode. But the problem with boss mode on when you have zero content is that you will pretty much end up deleting it and writing it over and over again. Because the way SEO AI really works is you have to feed decent amount of content before AI can start replicating that sort of a content. This is the nature of AI, basically. You cannot change the nature of AI. And I think this is where if we add that in the UX itself, then I think it becomes like a very natural progression where it starts gimmicking and start acting like a real human. So I think, Shiroz, I think you should probably be like thinking of implementing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even with the next release, the typing effect, it's going to be much faster, and then you'll see, a bunch of different, features and shortcuts that will allow you to, get the content created much faster. And then we're also working on adding a feature where users can turn that off if they don't want that typing effect.
Perfect. Next question is from John. I've used a few AI writing tools, and it seems these tools are awesome for topics that have a lot of content. I think we have already covered this, John. The train AI model should be able to help you address this. This is going to be coming after the SEO assistant feature is going to be out. So next question is from Himanshu. He's ready to buy the lifetime deal, but he's asking, when can you push up the ability for people to write and generate reviews? Do you think you'll be able to push up this specific feature this week?
Write and generate reviews. I think we can push tool within this week for that. Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting tool. Yeah.
Awesome. Himanshu, so Shero should be pushing out the short tool for generating reviews this week. So I hope that helps you to take a better decision and grab yourself a copy of Marketing AI on a lifetime deal. Salman is asking,
it'd be great, Himanshu, if you can also use the feature request option to drop all those there as well, just so that we're collecting all the different ideas from different people, and that'll help us. That'll be pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome. So Salman, as soon as the review feature is out where you will be able to generate reviews, you should be able to generate reviews for any products, even if it's on Amazon. So it should be absolutely fine. But I would still recommend you to just get in touch with them or support, because it will just help them to understand and navigate your use case a little better and able to push that specific feature for you guys. Also, there's a very important question coming in from Navjeet. He's asking, Sheroz, about the unlimited members and unlimited words plan, will there be any sort of like soft limit or anything to ensure that someone is not like misusing the system or anything of that sort out there?
Yes, so we do have a fair usage policy, if you can just drop an email to the support team, they can get back to you with more details on that.
Awesome, Navjeet. So I hope that answers your question. Just feel free to reach out to them. As with any other tool, just make sure that that again you guys are using it in limits. But then again, if you have any other limits out there, just reach out to the support and let them know your use case. They're more than happy to sort of like help out. Also, there's a follow-up question from him is asking, are there any chance of API release anytime soon? Or if at all, when are you planning to release the APIs for marketing copy?
So we don't have any plans for API, releasing the API at the moment. But we have a bunch of integrations planned. So like mass import, exporting directly to Google Sheets and things like that. So we do have those planned, and hopefully that'll get that can allow users to create like mass amounts of content and then directly publish and then use and then
So Navjeet, what I would recommend is that if you're looking for some sort of an API access, maybe you can just reach out to Sheroz via the app itself through live chat and maybe understand and explain a bit of the use cases. Since most of the modern SaaS applications are built completely on API, even internally. So I think if there is something, there's a specific use case that you want to open up, maybe he would be able to help you out, and maybe there can be some private integrations that can happen. Is that okay with you, Sheroz?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Navjeet, just reach out to them via support. Moving on to the next question. We want to, I think it's been covered already around reviews. Okay, so this question is from...
I think there's a lot of requests for review tool.
Yeah, so I think you should be pushing up that ASAP.
Okay, guys.
Okay, so the next question is... Hani, why don't you just send out an email to me about this? I think that will be way better, because it will be impossible for me to check your use cases at all in this particular case. So let's move on. Okay, the next question is, do we get a detailed training and case study for marketing copy? Because the use cases are so many that we get overwhelmed sometimes. Definitely, Rakesh, we're going to be doing a lot of webinars with you guys, especially as soon as a new this SEO assistant feature is out. You guys will be seeing a weekly webinar. That's something that we're going to be doing with marketing copy. We're just waiting for the core feature to come out, because that will unlock and open up so many doors of opportunities that we would be able to share so many different use cases. We'll be able to cover so many different topics, trainings, and so many other stuff that we're just waiting for that specific feature to come out. So after that, there's going to be a lot of training. So we do like webinars every single day from Monday to Friday. So we will be doing at least one webinar a week for marketing copy after that. So for anyone who wants to reach out to me directly, my email address is udit@pitchground.com. You guys can reach out to me anytime. Himanshu, please go ahead. You can grab your copy of lifetime deal for marketing copy. The review feature should be coming out this week, it says. So you should be able to enjoy that specific feature out there. Let me see. I think we've pretty much covered most of the questions. Guys, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the QA tab. More than happy to take them before we wrap up this particular session. Also, just a moment. I think I'm just going to quickly share my screen with everyone. Okay, guys, make sure that you guys take an advantage of the early bird pricing, which is ending for marketing copy in next 6 days itself. The prices are going to go up. These are early stage pricing, especially the $497 pricing. If you're looking for unlimited users and unlimited documents, unlimited project sort of plan, make sure that you grab it in the next 6 days itself, because once this early bird pricing is over, you guys won't be getting this pricing anymore. Also, if you want a 10% discount, you guys can grab the PG VIP membership. This way you get 10% off on every single deal out there. So pretty much you would be able to like make that money back right away in a matter of just a couple of deals itself. And after that, you guys will start saving up even more. So again, take advantage of this. If you guys have any questions further, please just ask me right now. More than happy to answer those questions. But again, 6 days, 14 hours, and these prices are gone. We won't be able to get these prices back again. So again, take advantage of this particular offer. Sheriff people are asking, is there going to be any sort of free code for every deal that's being offered?
Sorry, is there going to be what?
No, guys, there won't be any sort of deal because it's an AI writing tool. It's already on a very kick-ass deal at the moment. We have been able to get the prices slashed off very massively during the early bird pricing. So again, take advantage of that because these pricing are not coming back after 6 days. So you have good 6 days to make a decision. And again, in 2.5 weeks, the new feature is going to be coming out at the same time. So take advantage of that. Also, at the same time, guys, you have 60 days of no question ask automated refund policy. That means if you don't like it, you can just hit the refund button and right away, instantly you get refund. So we had pushed this feature earlier this year where you no longer have to contact our support team anymore for any sort of refunds. So again, you guys are in complete control. If you guys feel that the tool is not right for you, you can ask for a refund at any point of stage, just hit the button, boom. Right away, instantly you get the refund. So you don't need to contact our support at all, because we have been focusing very heavy on providing and making sure all of our customers are extremely happy. And this means that the companies have to work twice, thrice, 4 times harder to actually keep you. And this means that they have to deliver fast, they have to deliver better, and they have to work on every single aspect of their business to ensure that you guys are happy in the end. So again, I think let's see if there are any other questions out there. Salman, can you please complete your questions on Plan D users, because that's sort of like a half question. So if you can please complete the question, that would be really appreciated. Let me see if there are any other questions. People are asking if you can just show the usage of short tools. So maybe Sharad, you can just quickly show some of the short tools and how people can sort of leverage it. I think that would be great.
Sure. I mean, are there any specific tools, or should
No,
we
I
just
think
go
I think
over
I
them?
think anyone like pretty much. There are so many use cases. Maybe you can share like a few use cases, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Um,
I think Facebook ads are usually pretty requested ones most of the time. So maybe we can do that.
yeah. So okay. So within Facebook tools, we have a bunch of these here. For primary text, this is like your the core text of your ad. Again, then we have Facebook listicle if you want to generate like a listicle for the ad. Then we have a headline tool, and then we have a link description tool. And again, for Google, we have again the headline and the description. And for LinkedIn, we have a text ad tools. And then if you want to generate like a general platform agnostic copy, then you can just use this ad copy tool. So maybe I can, yeah, let's just go ahead and let's use this one. Yeah. So with these different inputs, what the idea is that if your ad is for like a specific like occasion for an offer, or for like for some particular promotion, then you can add those details in here. If not, then you can just write the product name and description, and who the audience is, and then let the AI do its thing. Yeah, so if I hit this. Right, so you can see a bunch of different ad copies that it has generated. From here, you can select what's working for you, what looks nice. You can copy it, you can save it. Yeah, you can do whatever you like with it. So yeah, very soon we're also going to have like another feature where users can control the number of outputs. So that helps in saving the word credits, and yeah. So
To be very honest with you, like I really like the suggestions that are coming up over here. I've tried many tools, and the suggestions are not that great. So I'm kind of like really liking the outputs, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, we're constantly in the process of collecting more data, fine tuning our models on that data, and getting the quality of these outputs as high as possible. So yeah, you're going to see that constantly.
Are you also planning to add like a pass and era format, or are they already?
Oh, we already have that. Yeah, we already have
awesome.
that. Yeah, so we have within sales copy, you have pass, you have IDA, you have before after bridge.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have quite a variety, a wide range of tools, and I think with the new like suggestions, I think those are definitely going to be interesting as well, like the review tool and some of the others that have been suggested. Yeah.
Awesome. So there is Jeremy is suggesting that it would be cool for short form tools to be able to select multiple short form tools at once and create a marketing copy for each. I think that's a really very good suggestion. What do you think?
I see, like selecting multiple, and then okay. I think I think from you will have to think it. Yeah, I think you'll have to think about it, how that's probably going to look in terms of like how from a user experience point of view, like how.
I think I can tell you how you can possibly do it on the user experience point of view. Is let's say that inside just below this box, right, where you have described your product, you have target audience, right? Just above that, what you can add is select the sales copy types right in there. And I can just select all of them inside the input box. And as soon as I hit the button, it will show me the outputs on the right hand side itself with a tag saying pass, era, before, after bridge, and so on. So it will create, like, let's say it's a copy of each one of them and just add a small tag to it. So this way I'm able to see all the copies and I can just hit the export button, boom, like all of the copies are out. I think you can keep the exact same UI UX, just add in the input field and the output remains the same. So this way you don't change the user experience at all, but rather enhance it further. So like you have like English as an example, right? Similarly, like just an input field. And I think there are those input fields available nowadays where you can select like multiple input fields basically.
Yes. I think, that is something, we can definitely have a look into. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for that. I think this is going to be one heck of a feature request. I think this is a great one. Would love that personally. Also, how many languages does MarketingCopy handles right now?
I think we have around 26, 27.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So yeah, we have around 26, 27.
The same thing applies for the long form copy as well.
So we're adding a new feature for the long form copy, which will allow users to, again, give instructions in any other language than English and also get output in other languages than English. So at the moment it's not there, but we're adding that up as well. Yeah. So similar to how you see here, you'll see a similar feature for long form writing system as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. But I think I love this feature. I think this is something that's going to be very handy. Where, let's say, if I'm putting up Facebook ads and I need all of these sales copies in all of these formats, right away I just enter, boom, select all of them at once, and I have all the copies ready, exported. I can just start saving a lot of time. I think this is one of the most handiest requests that I've seen.
I think it definitely can be an interesting one. Yeah.
Awesome. The next question is coming in from Krishna. He's asking, can we generate tweets using this? And can we set scale level of creativity?
Yes. So we are working on a tweet tool. And that's where we're going to be using our GPT-J as well. So yeah, hopefully you'll see a tweet tool very soon as well. Yeah.
Awesome, Krishna. I hope that sort of helps you out. Guys, I really hope that you guys are loving this tool. Again, you guys have 6 days, test out, take enough time. But again, on top of that, you have 60 days of refund policy, automated refund policy. This means that no question asked. If you don't like it, hit the refund button and you would be receiving your refund right away, instantly, automated, no friction, no need to contact anyone. This way, what's going to happen is that you are in complete control over your purchases. And again, guys, tools like these are coming by, but it's very hard to sort of crack these deals for you guys. So again, take advantage of this because in 6 days, the prices are going to go up. Once the prices are up, we are going to be, we cannot do anything because we've tried our level best to negotiate down for you guys. So we want you guys to sort of take advantage of the pricing at the same time, especially for the unlimited tool. For the unlimited plan, this is pretty much like a pricing of paying for, let's say, one writer. Pretty much, I think a writer is actually going to cost you a lot more. But even if you, let's say, hire a writer from Asia, it's pretty much going to cost you at least $500 to $600 a month. So you just pay it once, and I think you have pretty much covered and start improving the productivity of your entire team right away. So that's how you really do it. That's how you increase the productivity. That's how you get more work done in less and sort of like improve the overall ROI for your business. I think we have pretty much covered all of the questions. Guys, again, if you have any questions, we'll take up one last question for you, for all of you before we wrap up. Again, we're going to be coming back in 2.5 weeks. As soon as the SEO assistant feature is out, we're going to start doing our weekly training. We're going to start talking about so many different use cases, maybe writing a book, a lot of things we'll be doing. It's going to be a lot of fun that we'll be having around. But until then, I don't think I do see any sort of questions that are coming in. I guess then that's pretty much about it. So guys, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. But before we wrap up, Sheroz, which was your favorite question of the day?
Which was my favorite question of the day? Well, there were so many. Like, what was my favorite question? I think that the niche, training content for specific niches, I think that was quite interesting. And I think that's where you'll be able to see like our tool, training a lot of quality content, and yeah, a lot of features coming out, to support users to generate like niche content. So yeah, that was quite interesting. Yeah.
Sorry, which one was it, Shiraz?
I think there was like, so one user asked like, how to generate like content for like specific niches,
Specific
like
niche.
factual content. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of the user.
Let me see which person was it. I think, was it John by any chance? I think John was asking about, yeah, it was John. John, are you still in the webinar? Perfect, John, congratulations. You have won a copy of Marketing Copy. Just reach out to me, send me an email. I am dropping you an email. Sorry, can you just write your email in the chat so that we can add a copy of Marketing Copy in your PitchGround account. Please just provide in your email so that, perfect. Just make sure that you have a PitchGround account registered with the same email, because we're going to be asking our team to add the code in your account. Awesome. Congratulations, John. With that, guys, we will be wrapping up this particular session. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys learned it. Again, 2.5 weeks, we're going to be coming back. We're going to be sharing a lot more use cases. And again, the SEO assistant feature is going to be out. Once that is out, I think it's going to be a game changer for all of you guys. You guys have 6 days, 14 hours to take advantage of the early bird pricing. Once that early bird pricing is over, we literally won't be able to do anything. And you guys, again, take advantage of that. Salman is asking, can we make our own workflows and frameworks in Marketing Copy? Salman, as soon as the recipe feature is going to be out after the SEO assistant feature, you'll be able to create your own frameworks after that. Perfect, John. Thank you so much. Rakesh, this is an awesome tool. We hope to get your support. We hope you grab this tool for you and your business and start scaling up on your business. With that, guys, we will be wrapping up this particular session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something today. And I hope you guys found a very interesting tool for you to grow your business, because we at PitchGround try every single way to fuel your business growth. So with that, we will be wrapping up this session. Saroj, thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward.
Thanks a lot.
Updates that's going to be coming in, and can't wait to do the next webinar with you. Thank you so much, guys, and have a fantastic and great productive week ahead. Have a great one.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good week.